Of all the products and services we provide by clicking our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome into the WTIM, your information station. My name is Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Let's thank our sponsors that make the stream possible. People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. In my studio today is Kim Bourne, the Taylorville Memorial Hospital president and CEO. How are you today, Mrs. Kim Bourne?
I'm great, and thanks for having me in, Tim. I always appreciate the opportunity to come in and talk with your listeners.
Of course. No, it's really our pleasure here, and who better to talk to about the health of Taylorville than the president and CEO of Taylorville Memorial Hospital. You pass that hospital all the time. I'm pretty new to town. That's an institution right there in Taylorville that we can be proud of. How long have you been working over there?
I've been at Taylorville Memorial now for 9 years. I love being here in this community and helping serve this community. And you're right, Tim. The hospital is certainly something that the local community loyally supports, and something they can be very proud of and very confident in the quality and safety of the services that they get here in Taylorville.
Yeah, without a doubt, the services to the people that actually are helping out, the nurses and the doctors. Of course, I love the colleague of the month that you guys do every month. And learning about the small little scenarios that cause them to be that colleague of the month. I'm sure it could be many different staff members over there at Taylorville Memorial Hospital, but that's always a fun one for me to read. As we're nearing the end of our year here, we're looking towards something called the End of Year Holiday Appeal. And this is something that is really looking to help out the great institution that is the Taylorville Memorial Hospital. Tell us about this.
Well, thanks for asking, Tim. As we get close to the holidays here, I'm sure your listeners get other requests from other charitable organizations asking for those year-end donations. And our hospital foundation every year does also have an appeal where we're asking the community if it really speaks to you to help us financially here at the end of the year through our end of the year holiday appeal. You might ask, why should I support the local hospital foundation? What does that money really do? These funds are used for some special purposes, kind of beyond what our typical revenue is from patient services. Some examples of how we have used those year-end appeal funds from our foundation would include, we have a CUPS fund. It is a fund that helps provide mammography services to uninsured and underinsured women. That's used year round, not just in October, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Our foundation also has been very significantly investing in our youth in the community and students, and doing a vaping prevention program in our junior high. We'd love to see that expanded to our high school, but using that money to educate people, to kids in particular, but also their parents, about the dangers of vaping and why they should never start, and how dangerous it really is to vape. We've also expanded into actually a cessation program for some kids who are already addicted to the nicotine that's in vaping, and helping them stop that. So wanting to really invest in the young people in our community. Other ways that we've used those foundation dollars is we started our own community garden on the campus of the hospital this last year, used the money to build raised beds and buy the plants. And then all the labor was volunteer from our employees when they, on their breaks after work. We donated all of that produce, really hundreds of pounds of fresh produce, to the local food pantry to try to help people here in the community. So just a variety of ways that we use that money to include our community, the kids, the people at the food pantry, uninsured women, to have access to better health.
Yeah, you've really found a way to incorporate, like you just said, every single which way of Taylorville right there in the community. That's really awesome right there. You haven't left anybody out, it seems. And I want to break down a couple of these aspects that you just talked about right there. The mammography equipment, always an important topic of conversation. October just passed, so it felt like we were talking about that a lot. But I learned about rates of people, just the rates of breast cancer in women. If it's caught early, it can be very treatable. But
Yes.
These services being offered all year long is very important.
Right. And we have the latest technology, the 3D mammography here. And You talked about our colleagues of the month. Our colleagues who work in our mammography suite are very often commented on from our patient satisfaction surveys of being just such fabulous, caring individuals. They've been nominated and recognized for Colleague of the Month from time to time. Women really feel very supported and very comfortable coming to Taylorville Memorial for their mammography services and know that they're getting, top-notch care.
It goes without saying how personal that care can be, and your doctor, your nurse, you want them to be coming to you with the utmost respect and most comfortable aspects that you can wish for. And that's all I've heard about Taylorville Memorial Hospital. That's so awesome. Moving over to a next one, that's it's an epidemic right now, the vaping problem within younger children. It's about knowledge. It's about at some point it's about getting them off the vape now. So tell me about this one. How did this one get started?
So the teachers actually approached Taylorville Memorial from the junior high and said they had such a problem with kids vaping in class, in study hall, sneaking it, in their coat pocket. And actually, we've learned that it can be as young as like third or fourth grade that kids are starting to vape. And, it's the cool thing. And many of the kids say that it's, older siblings or actually their parents who have introduced them to it because it's in their house, and people have the misunderstanding that it's safer than cigarette smoking. There can be as many as 50 different chemicals in those, vaping pods. Many of those chemicals, we don't know what kind of damage they're going to cause to lungs, but they also often contain very high levels of nicotine, extremely addictive. And kids are saying they need help getting off of it now too. And wondering why they're having trouble concentrating, sleeping, problems with anxiety. It may be related actually to some of the chemicals in the vaping and the nicotine.
It's almost like history is repeating itself, right? I mean, 50 years ago when cigarettes were sold in hospitals,
right?
Like that, it was a different time. Now children are getting introduced to nicotine at a very young age. It's extremely scary. I saw in the high school, I was in the high school reporting on something outside of the bathroom. It was a sign that said, whatever's in that vape is probably more disgusting than whatever's in the bathroom. Something like that. They're trying to get.
And so, our foundation dollars also have been used to help the school with buying sensors that can be put in the locker rooms and the bathrooms, so that when a kid is vaping in the bathroom, in the locker room, the principal or someone is alerted so that they can go check it out and really try to educate them of like, that's just a really bad idea. And I think a lot of adults don't understand the dangers with vaping either.
It's a lot to unpack there, but you guys are at the forefront of it right now. We're talking about the end of the year holiday appeals for Taylorville Memorial Hospital, kind of breaking down some of the ways that these funds will help out the community. The mammography year round commitment to women in the community for mammography aspects, of course, vaping prevention in kids, and the community garden. That always makes me smile because I'm sure patients within the facility probably can walk that community garden every now and then if they get out.
They probably could if they were in our swing bed program, but it's really just a hands-on way that we're showing our food pantry. We've collected canned goods and other things from our colleagues, but the food pantry said, they can always use fresh produce, and whether it's peppers and tomatoes and some herbs and some other things, it just feels good to know that we're helping people who just need access to fresh, healthy food.
Yeah.
But I'd like to also say, it's one thing for us to come on air and ask for people to respond to a mailer they may get of asking for financial donation. We're also looking right now, Tim, for additional volunteers. So maybe it's not in your heart to give financially to the hospital, but your time and your talent would be greatly appreciated. We are looking to increase the ranks of our volunteer corps. We use volunteers in a variety of ways to really help make a great patient experience, whether it's greeting people and helping them find their way to their services, making friendly visits to some of our inpatients and helping them with activities just to help people combat boredom and loneliness in the hospital. Working in our gift shop, we have behind the scenes ways that people can help too. So we are really looking for people who want to make a difference, come in, you can be somebody who's very active and wants to get a few steps and activity, exercise in, or behind the scenes and help us with some of the stuffing of envelopes and those kind of roles too. But if people are looking at a way as winter approaches to get out and be more active and interact with people and combat your own loneliness and boredom, please think about the hospital and what volunteerism might mean for you. If people are interested in that, they can just give us a call. That number to call if you're interested in learning more about our volunteer opportunities is 217-707-5256. Again, 707-5256. And we'll get an application out to you and tell you more about what opportunities there are.
Beautiful. Yeah. Another way to get involved with Taylorville Memorial Hospital. If the funds aren't quite there, you can totally donate in another way. And that would be with your skill and your time. They could really use it over there. And it's a great way to get involved. We're sitting down with Kim Bourne right now, President and CEO of Taylorville Memorial Hospital. We'll read off that number again at the very end. And always you can find information to volunteer or to donate to Taylorville Memorial Hospital. My name is Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. We'll be right back here on the WTIM, your information station.
Your information station, WTIM.
Life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance because you'll feel protected no matter how the wind blows. All so you can enjoy the home of your dreams and save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto with our expert agents. American Family Insurance.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact me, Daniel Rizzo, agent at Daniel Rizzo Agency, Inc. at 823 West Spresser Street, Suite 1 in Taylorville, or call 217-562-4433 today.
East Point Energy has applied for a special use permit to build a proposed battery energy storage system connecting to an existing transmission line approximately 3 miles south of the retiring Kincaid Power Station. This application will have further consideration at the next Christian County Zoning Board of Appeals public hearing on the issue Wednesday, November 29th at 6 p.m. at the Christian County Courthouse in Taylorville. The special use permit calls for construction of a battery energy storage system, including battery enclosures, electrical inverters, an electrical collection system, a substation access road, and fencing at approximately 45 acres within the agricultural zoning district in Section 26 of Kincaid Township. The public is encouraged to learn more about the project online at sangchrisenergycenter.com. That's sangchrisenergycenter.com. Again, the date of the next special use permit public hearing is Wednesday, November 29th at 6 p.m. at the Christian County Courthouse in Taylorville. This message from East Point Energy. Dip into real dairy flavor with farmer-owned Prairie Farms Dairy Dips in 4 delicious flavors. Choose from French onion, bacon cheddar, jalapeno fiesta, and veggie ranch dips. Perfect for family or friend get-togethers or anytime. Grab these delicious Prairie Farms Dairy Dips in the dairy case. Prairie Farms has been bringing farm fresh quality from their family to yours for 85 years.
Your Christian County Health Department has both COVID and flu vaccines available, and both high-dose and regular dose flu vaccines are in stock. You can get both the COVID and flu vaccine shots at the same time, and there are a handful of egg-free flu vaccines available. Call the Christian County Health Department now for your appointment at 217-824-4113. That's 824-4113. Your Christian County Health Department is always working for a healthier future.
Scott Primer here from Locust Grove Church near Assumption. We're spreading the good news of Christ in person and online. Come join our family or watch our video sermon podcast by clicking our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Mike Asali here, owner of Schaefer, Perfetti, and Asali Funeral Home, Taylorville's only locally owned and operated funeral home. We honor lives and celebrate memories. Find out all about the services we provide by clicking our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back to the WTIM, your information station. My name is Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Today, we're sitting down with Kim Bourne, Taylorville Memorial Hospital President and CEO. It's been a great conversation so far. Let's thank our sponsors that make it possible: People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. Over at Taylorville Memorial Hospital, it sounds like you guys might have some new surgeons. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, we're excited to have some new eye surgeons now coming to Taylorville. It's been a while since we have had cataract surgery available, but we're always looking for how we can be relevant to this community and people to be able to stay in town for their care. So we now have Dr. Michael Stock and Dr. Marlowe coming to us from Ideal Eye. They are doing cataract surgery now at Taylorville Memorial, and we've been getting rave reviews from the local optometrists who are saying they are so pleased with the results that they're seeing their patients that they've referred to us for cataract surgery. The improvement in people's vision is just incredible. They're very pleased with that. So if people are developing cataracts, you may want to talk with your optometrist about it. Is it really time? Not only can they make your vision clearer, but now cataract surgery often corrects people's vision so that they may not need glasses afterwards. Maybe not in all cases, but in many cases, people's vision can be corrected to 20/20 again. So we're so excited to now be offering those expanded services here in Taylorville. Again, the best way to find out more is to talk with your optometrist, the guy who does or lady who does your glasses, and see if they really think your cataract situation is to the point of needing surgery. And if so, ask what they think about referring to Dr. Stock or Marlowe at Taylorville Memorial.
Once again, providing very relevant services here. The cataract surgery, it sounds like it's almost a miracle surgery at some points. At a lot of given scenarios, you can return your vision to 20/20, and it's a great service to provide. Prior to this, where were people having to go?
They often were having to travel out of town to Springfield or some other areas further away, and it is such an easy way to be able to do the clinic, to the doctor's visit before surgery, have your surgery here. Many people are able to be in and out of the hospital. It's an outpatient surgery. In a couple of hours from the time you check in, you're being wheeled out the door and back home, and maybe back to the optometrist the next day just to make sure your vision is okay. But just getting, again, rave reviews from people about the outcomes that they're getting from Dr. Stock and Marlowe.
It's really great that people are, always are already speaking highly of them. You mentioned earlier about filling out I can't think of the word, some surveys for just satisfactory surveys. And I love reading those because those are not required by a patient or anyone going into a business. You don't have to write you're down in the survey. And I personally only do so when I've had a great experience. But you mentioned these satisfactory surveys. Do you have pleasure reading these, or where you get these often?
We get surveys back. We survey our patients very regularly, but I am so thrilled how many patients do take the time, Tim, to write in comments, and they name our colleagues by name, and they talk about, the person in registration or the housekeeper and the nurse and the doctor, and name after name after name. And that just, I think, is part of the beauty of local hometown care, that we're taking care of our friends, our neighbors, our family members, our, Sunday school teacher that we used to have. And it's the personal touch.
Yeah. It's so amazing. And it's just really a pleasure to hear that we are all, taken care of in this town. In our last minute, we've already made it to our last minute. One more time, let's re-hit on the end of the year holiday appeal. If people want more information or they want to call, what can they call?
If people are interested in finding out how they can give either financially to our foundation or volunteerism, you can call the hospital at 217-707-5250 or 707-5256. Either number is going to get you to somebody who can help you with what those opportunities are.
Beautiful. Is there an age range for people that want to volunteer?
No, we've got teenagers all the way to, we've had people in their 90s volunteering. So if you're interested in helping and you've got some time to give, we'll find a role for you.
Beautiful. That's always the word when it comes to volunteering these days. They have jobs for you if you show up. So that is really awesome. Ms. Kim Bourne, we really appreciate you coming by today.
Thanks, Tim.
Absolutely. That's President and CEO of Taylorville Memorial Hospital, Kim Bourne. My name is Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Thank you all for listening.
Your information stays.